There comes a point in every person's life when they realize caring too much is costing them. It's costing peace. It's costing dignity. It's costing time, energy, and self-worth. We live in a world where people mistake your kindness for weakness, your patience for passivity, and your care for desperation. But something shifts deeply when you stop giving your energy to what doesn't serve you. This isn't about being cold, emotionless, or arrogant. It's about learning a rare and powerful truth. When you stop caring about what doesn't matter, you start winning at what does. The drain of caring too much. We care so much because we want to be liked, because we want peace, because we want to be understood, because we've been conditioned to believe that more effort equals more love, more success, more results. But that's a lie in many areas of life. Sometimes the more you care, the more they disrespect you. Sometimes the more you try, the less they value you. Sometimes the more available you are, the less you're seen. Here's the truth. People treat you based on how you treat yourself. If you care about their approval more than your self-respect, they'll sense it and use it. That job you bend over backwards for doesn't care. That person you keep chasing isn't chasing you. That situation you obsess over isn't worth your sleepless nights. And that's when the burnout begins. Caring too much turns into anxiety. Overthinking. Exhaustion. Resentment. And in the end, it's you who pays the price. The switch. When you decide to let go, there's a switch. A quiet, powerful moment when something in you says, I'm done caring about this. You stop replying to nonsense. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't listen. You stop investing in what gives you nothing in return. And ironically, that's when things begin to change. People respect your space. Your mind feels lighter. You start attracting peace instead of chaos. Why? Because your energy is no longer scattered. It's focused. It's intentional. And when you redirect that caring energy inward to your health, your goals, your mindset, you become unshakable, where caring less gives you more. In relationships, you stop begging for validation. You stop chasing someone who barely gives back. You stop trying to fix people who don't want to be helped. Instead, you observe. You protect your peace. You let actions speak louder than words. When you stop caring, whether someone likes you or not, you gain the freedom to be authentically you. And guess what? Real ones stay. Fakes fade away. Too. In career and business, you stop obsessing over people's opinions. You stop seeking permission to take action. You stop fearing rejection and start playing to win. Because winners don't beg to be chosen, they choose themselves. When you stop caring about being perfect, you start taking risks. When you stop caring about being liked, you start being respected. That's the shift. Point 3. In life itself, you stop stressing about what you can't control. You stop explaining your journey to people who haven't walked it. You stop fearing failure because now you're focused on growth. You don't react to petty drama. You don't engage with every insult. You don't answer every call for attention. Because kings and queens don't argue with clowns. How to stop caring without losing compassion now. Let's be clear. This isn't about being heartless. You can stop caring without being careless. You can detach with love. You can set boundaries with grace. You can walk away without bitterness. Here's how. 1. Know your non-negotiables. Decide what truly matters to you and what doesn't. If it's outside your values or peace zone, let it go. 2. Practice emotional discipline. Not every reaction deserves your energy. Train yourself to pause, breathe, and act, not react. 3. Set boundaries without guilt. Saying no is a form of self-care. You don't owe access to people who drain you. 4. Protect your mental bandwidth. Don't scroll endlessly into drama. Don't entertain toxicity. Your mind is your most valuable asset. Guard it. 5. Focus on what you control. You can't control others' actions, words, or opinions. But you can control your response, attitude, and focus. The results. What happens when you stop caring? You become more confident. You walk with a different kind of calm. You stop apologizing for who you are. You stop wasting time on dead people and dead thoughts. You get clarity. You get strength. You get respect from others, and most importantly, from yourself. You wake up without stress. You handle problems with strategy, not panic. You choose your peace over their approval. And one day, you'll look back and realize you're not cold. You're just finally free. Real life scenarios and application. Let's bring it to life with some examples. 1. She stops replying. 2. Your energy. Cool. You don't double text. You don't get emotional. You let her go with silence. Because if someone wants you, you'll know. If they don't, your peace isn't up for negotiation. 2. Your boss ignores your work. Instead of spiraling into frustration, you build your own skills. You create options. You become so valuable. You don't need their validation to feel worthy. 3. Friends only call when they need something. You stop picking up. You stop over-explaining. You stop showing up for people who never show up for you. And you realize you don't lose people when you stop caring. You lose people who were never really there. Stoicism and the art of detachment. This mindset is ancient. The Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus. One powerful idea. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Most of the pain we feel comes not from events, but from our attachment to those events. We care too much about what others think. We tie our worth to outside validation. We try to control things we never could. But the Stoic doesn't. The Stoic breathes, adapts, and detaches, not out of apathy but out of wisdom. Because only when you stop caring about what you can't control can you focus on what you can. Closing. You win when you let go. Let's be honest. Caring too much has robbed you long enough of your peace, of your power, of your presence in the now. But it ends when you decide no more. No more chasing, proving, or pleading. No more emotional roller coasters over people who wouldn't do the same for you. No more draining energy into empty spaces. You didn't come this far to be emotionally manipulated. You didn't wake up today to be reactive to everything. You didn't grow through pain just to shrink for people who don't value you. So here's the new rule. If it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. Walk away. Let go. Smile. Focus on what feeds your spirit, because when you stop caring about the wrong things, you start winning in every way that matters.